This is Scott from Scott Senior Trader, and this is using ATR average true range for trade entry and stop placement, updated version. Take a quick second to read this risk disclosure. So this is just a quick update. On my original video that I made late 2022, we didn't have I didn't have an exact method as far as we talk about ATR and entering a couple ticks outside the ATR on your entries and your stops. I've made it more exact now, where we are going 110% of an ATR outside of these areas. So before we get to that, you'll see it on this spreadsheet. So this is the spreadsheet that I offer to my trader room, and you'll be offered this through the course. You can access this spreadsheet through a subscription if you don't join my trade room. But in this, we'll get to this, but we're basically entering in values, and it computes everything itself. If you don't want the spreadsheet, you can do it yourself. The formula is basically 110% of an ATR. So we judge, again, this is August 11th, 2023. This is crude oil. We had 269 sell stops here. This was a Titanic event where the market runs into sell ice and responds to it, which you'll learn in the strategies, the different setups that I take to broken ice. So this market put in the sell ice and moved an ATR. At the time, ATR was 15 ticks. This was actually before the pit open. The open is 8 o'clock, 6 o'clock my time Pacific, 8 o'clock Central. So this is just before open, right around 5:42ish or 7:42ish. So the event happens. The market did move the required ATR to prove itself as a bearish Titanic event. In this instance, if you're waiting for the retest failure, so either way, even if you're getting in this trade aggressively, you're not getting in until the trade gets an ATR plus 10%. So again, the ATR at the time was 15. 10% of that would be 6 point and a half, or a tick and a half. You round up is 17 ticks. So 15 proves it to be 15 ticks away from the volume event, proves it to be to make it a bearish event, and then you enter at 17 ticks, which is 110% of an ATR. So you can see here, this was right around this time. ATR was 15. That's displayed down here, in this area here. And then, this is what I have for my trade room. And again, you'll have access to this. They'll point you for the subscription. But to make it a lot easier on yourself, you just enter in the zone price, which was 83.42 to 83.40. You put in the ATR. And for the short, you need to see 25 to make that a short setup, which you got to. Went a little lower, and then right back to the zone. Right, so 25 would have made it. If it touched 25, that would have made it a bearish event. And then you get in at 23. So as the market retest fails, again, even if you were to get in, if you say I'm getting in aggressively, you wouldn't be in this trade until it touched 23. I'm not sure if it touched it there because this was an ATR retest for me, but either way, it definitely got to 23 here. You would be in, once again, 110% of an ATR. There's your ATR to prove it bearish. Retest failure, you're in there at 23. Your stop goes in ATR plus 10% above the zone for your stop out, and that would be 59, right? So with the spreadsheet, you just plug everything in. But if you're doing it by hand, again, in the original video that I made, it talks about using an ATR and putting your stop placement a couple ticks above the area, or for entry a couple ticks below. That's a little too subjective. We made it exact. 110% seems to be the sweet spot. Again, from watching thousands and thousands of these, that's how I've determined the best way to trade these, where you're not opening yourself up for algoville around the volume event. So you get in at 110% of an ATR, and you write it down to whatever areas that you're looking for targets. Your stop goes 110% of an ATR above that area. So again, this is all in the spreadsheet. You'll have access to this, a subscription based, or you can come to my room and get access to this. If you want to do it by hand, you have to do the computations yourself, or you can do like I did in the original video. If you just want to do it with your eyeball, where you say, okay, I know ATR is 25. I'm going to get in a couple ticks. In this case, it was a couple ticks, right? So you would have been a couple ticks below 25. That's 23. So you can do it. You don't need the spreadsheet. The spreadsheet just makes life a lot easier for me. Take it from me. So that is the updated version on how I use the ATR to enter these trades and stop out of them.